Hello, friends. I want to talk about Roseanne's situation. I want to quickly address a couple of questions here. Is she racist? Does she have the right to say what she said? Why did she do it? And how did the media react, especially ABC channel? Okay, now the first question, is she a racist? Well, the answer is obvious. She is racist. Come on, guys. I find it funny. There are still people talking about, like, maybe not. Maybe she didn't know what she was doing. Oh, it was supposed to be a joke. Give me a break. This reminds me of my incident back in, I think, 2000 or 2004. One of the Republican candidates by the name Jim Allen, if I'm right, he looked at one of the Indian American guys who was following him with a video camera and called him macaca. And it was caught on camera. And when it went viral, he was like, "No, no, I didn't mean anything. I didn't mean any racial thing. It just made up some random word. I don't even know what it means." Everybody knew what macaca was. Macaca means monkey, and it was a racial slur. You just don't make up a racial slur and call it a random word, all right? That's exactly what Roseanne did. She knew exactly what she was doing. Maybe it was deep inside. Maybe she wasn't expressing, she wasn't saying it 24/7, but maybe she calls it ambient tweeting or whatever it is. The truth came out. She had those racial elements. She had racial feelings. She had this racial mind. It just showed up. Now it's time to admit. Don't call it a bad joke or don't say that it's a simple, silly mistake. No, you showed your true colors, and she is a racist. There is no doubt about it. Now the second question: does she have the right to say what she said? This is where probably I'm the probably like the four guys who have this opinion in the entire world. I believe that she has the right to say what she said. You may not like it. It may be very offensive. It may be highly, sensitive thing, but she has the right to say it because that's freedom of speech, First Amendment. You can say whatever silly things you want to say, and I think that's where the speech police have to be careful because if you try to censor people too much, just because it's very offensive, just because it's like you don't like it, it's going to come and haunt you tomorrow. Because tomorrow, when you express something that's equally unpopular or some offensive to some people, the same speech police will come after you. So next is, why did she say the things she said? Well, I partly answered this question when I was talking about her if she was racist or not. So I think she did it mainly because she has got very strong racist tendencies. There's no doubt about it. It was certainly in her mind, and maybe she wasn't expressing it that often in public. But in fact, she did say something equally bad about another black lady a couple of years ago. So it's not like this is the first time she did it. And also, if you go to her Twitter account, it's filled with conspiracy theories and this and that, and highly partisan. Trump is great and Obama is the worst. That kind of stuff, right? But having said that, I also believe that she has mental issues. I mean, she definitely has mental issues. It is one of the things we need to recognize and acknowledge about our society, where people are taking too many drugs. When I say drugs, I'm talking about prescription drugs. Because, I don't get enough sleep, or I got a little bit of tension, he said this, and I'm hyperactive, or right? So these days you can just go to doctor and get drug for pretty much anything. It's like so I think that this is one of the reasons why people are losing their mind, and then they're doing really nasty things. So I think there is a little bit of truth when she said ambient tweeting, she probably doesn't get a lot of sleep and she has to take drugs or these pills to get some sleep. But again, these are not natural ways to handle things. And, I think it has a side effect, and we need to recognize it. So I feel like it's mainly racism, but at the same time, there are other mental issues also going on. So we need to be honest and we need to acknowledge all of these. Finally, I want to say a few words about this ABC and their leadership. Come on, stop acting as if you guys were surprised because this happened. You guys knew exactly what you were getting into when you signed her up. Because Roseanne's did not start behaving like this just 3 days ago. All right? I mean, you can just go to a Twitter account and just look at the whole tweets. And she's been doing it for years now. It's not just in Twitter account, even outside the kind of statements and this and that. She was out there, okay? She was not one of those normal, she was, as I said, it's a combination of different factors. Certainly, it is like a lot of hatred towards, for whatever reason, Obama administration, and this blind faith in Trump, and a lot of racism and mental issues. I mean, all these things, right? But it's been going on for a long time. She was like a loose cannon. She was, it was out there like a ticking time bomb. Still, ABC signed her up because they saw a Trump wave. They saw that a lot of people, who still support Trump, and there was like this popularity thing going on. So they thought, let's see how to kind of encash this whole thing, right? So they brought her back and they put this on this thing. They did the first season. In fact, they made a lot of money in terms of, the ratings and the ad revenues. But now, all of a sudden, they're like outraged. Oh, I can't believe she said this. We're going to cancel it because we don't stand for those values. Come on, nobody buys this. Okay, the only reason why they're doing this is because they don't want the backlash. They just want to stay away from. They want to detach themselves from her stupidity. But if you look a little deeper, you realize that it is all superficial. They knew exactly what they were getting into, but now it's all out there in the open, in public. They're like, oh, we got nothing to do with it. Just watch out. I wouldn't be surprised once this whole thing dies down. They might bring her back again, or they might bring the show back again because it's a cash cow. They want that money. Anyway, guys, that's my quick commentary on this whole Roseanne situation. I think we need to be honest enough and acknowledge all the factors in this scandal or this whole episode. She's got mental issues, but more than mental issues, she's got racist tendencies, let's be honest. And then finally, these corporations would do anything when nobody's watching them. And when they're caught with pants down, they're like, oh, what? I didn't know anything about, I'm sorry. Oh, no. Right? We got to see all these things, all those parts in this equation. Only then you will find out the truth.